Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a 3 looks 1 palette tutorial, and this one is with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This palette is amazing, the colours are amazing, and it's just amazing. I've created 3 different looks using this palette. I also thought because this palette has so many gorgeous colours and so many gorgeous tones that I would do more colourful looks, so I tried to make them a little bit colourful and different to my usual looks, and I hope that you guys like it. So if you guys want to see how I got these 3 different looks, then just keep watching. This first look is a cranberry smoky eye. So I'm starting off with this shade Antique Bronze, and I'm just going to apply this in my crease as a transition shade and just blend this out using a big fluffy blending brush. I'm also just bringing it out into the outer V of my eye just to elongate the eye a little bit, and then taking it lightly onto the lid of my eye to create a base for the rest of the eyeshadows. I'm then taking the shade Love Letter, and this is going to be used to add the colour to the eye for the lid. So I'm just going to apply this to my lid using a small shader brush and just keep applying it and just dabbing it on to build the colour. I then started blending the colour into my crease and adding a little bit of the same colour onto my blending brush just to make it a little bit more pink. Taking the shade Venetian Red, I'm then just applying that onto my lid again, this time more towards where the crease is, just to kind of make it a little bit more red and bold along that area. I'm then taking the shade Tempera and just applying this with a clean brush over my crease and under my brow bone just to blend that all out really nicely and take away all harsh lines. Then I'm going in with the shade Red Ochre, and again just applying this onto my lid. This is all just trying to build colour and make it a little bit more bold and bright rather than brown. I'm then mixing the 2 darker shades, Antique Bronze and Cypress Umber, and then again applying this in my crease just to darken up the look and make it a little bit more dramatic. For the bottom lash line, I'm starting off with Red Ochre, and I'm just applying this all along the bottom lash line and bringing it down a little bit. And then I'm taking the shade Cypress Umber and applying this closer to the actual waterline just to kind of smoke it out. Then I'm taking my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Black and just applying this all along my waterline and tightlining my upper waterline just to give it a really smoky look. Taking this pencil brush, I'm just using the shade Cypress Umber again and slightly smoking my upper lash line. This is just going to smoke out the eyeliner that I put on there and just darken up the look a little bit. Then I'm taking my Rimmel London Volume 10 Times Splash Mascara and applying a couple of coats to my top and bottom lash lines before wiping away any fallout. For blush, I'm taking the 5th Avenue Blush Compact in the shade Fairy Parfait. I would say it's kind of like a peachy kind of shade. So I'm just applying this along the apples of my cheek and kind of blending it into my bronzer. And then I'm taking these false lashes and just applying them. These are ones that I've kind of stacked together, so they're a bunch of different ones. For my lips, I wanted a kind of pinky tone, so I started off with the Kylie Cosmetics lip kit in the shade Posy K, lining the lips with that and then filling it in, and then I went over it with the shade Dolce K just to kind of give it a more muted look, but I felt like it was too muted, so I went back in the middle with Posy K. And to finish it off, I wanted a pink sheen to the lips, so then I went back in with the Maybelline Colour Whisper lipstick in the shade 45, Who Wore It Redder. And that's the finished look, guys. This next look is a cool tone halo eye. So I'm starting off with the shade Raw Sienna and just applying this in my crease again as the transition shade, and also bringing it into my outer V. I pretty much do that for all my looks because I like the elongated look. Then taking the lilac shade of the palette, Bon Fresco, I'm applying this over my crease slightly just to give it a little bit more of a purple hue, and then in my outer corner and inner corner, and this is just going to be the start of the halo eye. So I'm just going to keep blending that out and keep applying colour till it's a shade that I like, and then blend it out with a fluffy brush. Then I'm taking the shade Antique Bronze and just kind of bronzing it up a little bit, making it a little bit darker and a little bit bolder. So I'm just going to keep applying that to my inner and outer corner and my crease. And I'm also just going to apply that lightly to my bottom lash line and just blend it up into the outer corner. I'm then using the shade Cypress Umber and just darkening up the whole look and applying this more precisely to my outer V. Using a pencil brush for this allows you to be a little bit more precise with where you're putting it, and it also creates a lot more depth by adding in a darker colour. I'm also just smoking that down onto the outer third of the bottom lash line just to kind of blend it all together. I wanted this look to be as purpley as it could be with this palette, so then I'm taking the shade Love Letter and really lightly blending that over my crease, and this is just giving it a bit more of a pinky sheen, which is going to add a little bit more colour. Then I'm taking the shade Vermeer. This is kind of the star of the show. I'm using my fingers just to apply it to the middle part of my lids, and then I'm taking the Bon Fresco again and just blending out the sides of that so it's not harsh. So I really want it to look all blended in and very spotlighty. I feel like I never do cool tone looks, but I love how this turned out, and I feel like it just reminds me of snowflakes and the snow, and I just love it. To make it look even more frosty and snowy, I'm taking the shade Vermeer again and I'm using a kind of small eyeliner brush and just applying it in my actual waterline and also just in my inner tear duct. I'm then taking my Maybelline New York Master Precise Liquid Liner. I was going to use that Rimmel one as well, but I ended up just using this one. I'm just creating a really long, dramatic winged liner. This is so hard to do because the second this touches glitter, it just stuffs up and it just doesn't want to work. Then I'm taking my Estee Lauder Sumptuous Infinite Daring Length and Volume Mascara and just applying a good couple of coats of that before applying falsies. For my lips, I'm taking the lip liner from Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Dolce K and just lining my lips. And then I'm taking the lip liner in the shade Cocoa K and applying this in the inner parts of my lips to create an ombre lip. I feel like I never use gloss, but I really wanted a nice nude, so I'm taking the Kylie gloss in the shade Like and just applying this all over that, and I really like how it turned out. Now to intensify that shine and that pout, I'm taking the shade Vermeer again and I'm just applying this in the middle of my lips, just dabbing it on, and this is just going to highlight them and make your lips look a lot fuller. To finish off the look, I'm taking the CoverGirl True Blend blush, and this is kind of like a light pale pink, and just applying this on the apples of my cheek. It kind of gives a nice highlight as well, and that's the finished look, guys. This next look is so out of my comfort zone and so different, and it's inspired by Brookel. It's pretty much a recreation of her look. I'm starting off with the base and I'm using the shade Tempera and just applying this all over my lid and even under my brow bone, and this is just going to give a nice fresh clean base. Then I'm taking the shade Red Ochre. I'm just starting to apply this into my crease and pretty much carving out the shape that I want the eye look to be. Then I'm taking the shade Raw Sienna and just warming that up and also blending it out into the brow bone. Using the shade Venetian Red, I'm then starting to cut out the crease. So I'm using a small eyeliner brush and just kind of shaping out where the crease would be. I'm pretty sure my eyes are slightly hooded, so I do need to keep opening and closing my eyes just to kind of see where the crease would actually be seen. And then after I've done that, I'm taking a pencil brush and just blending that out into the transition shade. You pretty much want to just keep repeating that until you get a shape and colour that you're happy with. To bring back the base colour of the lid, I'm just taking the shade Tempera again on a concealer brush and kind of cutting the crease again just to create the lid shape and just applying that in there. I'm using a mixture of dabbing and sweeping motions just to get as much colour and as much density as I can. And then I'm going back in with the shade Venetian Red and fixing up any areas where the crease doesn't look right. I'm then taking Red Ochre and doing a wings liner with it, so just following the shape of my eye and then attaching it back to the crease colour. Felt like the winged liner needed to be a little bit more pink to match the crease better, so I went back in with Venetian Red and went over it. I'm then taking the same shade down onto my outer third of my bottom lash line, and this is just going to connect it all together. Now to add the tiniest bit of definition, I'm taking Cypress Umber again and going as close to the lash line as I can, and also in the actual outer corner of the eyeliner, and this is just going to give a little bit more definition. I'm then taking it onto my bottom lash line just to smoke out the look. And then I'm using the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil again in the shade Black and filling in my waterline and tightlining my upper waterline. For the lashes, I'm curling them before taking my CoverGirl, the Supersizer mascara, just applying a couple of coats of that to my top and bottom lash line. I wanted the lips to look pretty different to my other looks, so I went in with berry lips, and then I realised that Brookel did that too, so obviously it works. So I'm taking the Essence lip liner in the shade 05 Soft Berry and just lining and filling in my lips with that as a base. And then I'm taking the Australis Velour Lips Matte Lip Cream in the shade Butter Pash. I had this colour for a while and I never use it because I always stuff up when I use it, but it's honestly such a nice colour. For blush, I thought I'd try something a little different. I'm taking the Bobbi Brown University Lip Palette and I'm using the shade Burnt Red, so it is just a lip colour, and I'm dabbing this onto my cheeks to give a kind of rosy red look, and I think it turned out so well. So that's it, guys. Those are the 3 looks. I hope that you enjoyed them and found them helpful. If you guys recreate any of these looks, make sure to tag me on Instagram at janice.al. I'd love to see that you guys recreated them. And I hope that you like them. I really like them, and I think that they were really different to what I usually do and really fun. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!